And welcome to the second session, the second half of the 14th Annual Conference of the Yoga Research Society. I'd like to tell you about my yoga Shakti. Mataji grew up in Benares, or Varanasi, earned the MA degree in political science, and was the founding principal of a women's college in Bahir. She founded the Anne Besant Lodge of the Theosophical Society at Chhapra in 1956. In 1961, she entered the Holy Order of Sannyasa. She has opened ashrams in India and America. She has traveled extensively in India and elsewhere, carrying the message of yoga. She is adept in all paths of yoga: Hatha yoga, Raja yoga, Karma yoga, and Bhakti yoga. She will open our program today. We will chant Om, and then she will take us her subject, how to be your own master.
I'll chant some Sanskrit prayers. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorama amritam gamaya, sarvesham swasti bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, Ma kaschid dukkhamapnuyat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha. Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I'll say some prayers in English also. I request you to please follow. O Lord, may thy hand lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May all be happy. May all be peaceful. May all be enlightened and cultured. May all attain perfection. May peace be established in the three bodies of man. May peace be established in the three worlds. May peace be established everywhere. May truth be our religion. May service be our worship. May knowledge be our breath. May world be our family. May yoga be our way. May our eyes see happy and noble things. May our ears hear happy and truthful words. May our tongues be sweet and truthful. May our bodies be divine instruments. May noble thoughts come to us from all corners of the universe. May we never leave God. May God never leave us. Om peace and love. Om peace and health. Om peace and enlightenment. We'll chant Om. Please join with me. Hari Om. Good morning to everyone. I'm very delighted to be here today to attend your conference, and I'm grateful to Dr. Vijay Pratap, whom I knew and saw him long ago, maybe 20 years ago, or how many years ago, I don't remember. And since then, we were always thinking of each other because he is a great scholar of yoga. And I have also taken the mission of propagation of yoga. To me, yoga is a tool to help people. I never wanted to teach yoga for any personal reasons. Only one reason I like to teach, that by way of teaching, I'll be learning a lot. Because teaching is a way of learning. When you teach something, when you take up something, by doing something, you learn a lot. Your mind unfolds its beauties. Your talents grow. But those who do not undertake anything, then energy is there, but it is in dormant state. There are many aspects of yoga, and yoga is really very helpful. I have been brought up in a family which is known as joint family in India. Joint family means it was just like living with sun, all rays emitting from the center. In a joint family, I had the background of law, I had the background of medical profession, I had the background of a teaching profession, I had the background of each and everything, even farming, agriculture, and everything. I feel that I was blessed. Just like in a laboratory, you grow something, and all attention is given to that object or project. Similarly, I found that it was a blessing that I had all the backgrounds. And in a joint family, you live and grow like that. Later on, now my philosophy is that world is my family. Wherever I go, I feel that God is showing me some truth, some aspects of human life. And I would like that people think higher than what seems to be. If we uplift our mind, problems will melt away by themselves. Does it mean that we are unreal beings? No, we have to give due importance or due respect to each and every reality. Our life is a component whole, and we cannot fragment it. But at the same time, you are living in different worlds. At the same time, you are living in this world, and you are living in a mental world also. One has physical needs, one has emotional needs also. One has mental needs, and one has intellectual needs also. One has spiritual needs also. If a man is given everything which he needs, will he be happy? I don't think. Even if everything is given to him, still he won't be happy. Still he will be looking for something else. What is that something else? Mind will never be satisfied. This is the nature of the mind. If the mind is all satisfied, it will stop seeking, it will stop learning, it will stop improving. And it is the nature of the mind that the more we learn, the more we are desirous to know. And a time comes soon when you think that it is too much learning. Make best of what you know. And mind can go on learning and learning and learning, but it is infinite. We are children of infinity. We are not finite beings. We are infinite beings. Though we are born in a mortal shell, human form, but mind is ever expanding, ever improving, ever progressing. Then we are bound, and still we are unbound beings. We are limitless people. We are timeless people. We are mindless people also. Means mind is too limited an organ or instrument to get everything. If we come to know these truths, we would like to balance everything, because you are living here outside in the world, and at the same time you are living in an inside world, and inside world is ever expanding. As people are thinking whether universe is expanding or shrinking, Big Bang theory is correct or some other theory is correct, let science think and scientists explore, because this is also very important. But scientists and yogis or spiritual people both are believers in God, or they are doing the same thing. One goes outside in search of something, and the other goes inside in search of something. And both are universes. Or there are many, many universes which will begin unfolding. And these subjects are related to yoga, because yoga is begun as physical exercise or for improving your health of the nerves, body, bone, blood, or cleansing processes. It purifies your nerves, and it purifies your blood. It helps you to be healthy. It helps you to cure yourself. But at the same time, the greatest gift of yoga is that it changes your attitude. No doubt that it changes your mind, it changes your thinking. You will see the same world, but you will stop resisting, or you will stop being nervous or stressed or strained. You live in the same world. The world will be same, but your attitude will change. And the moment you change, you will see that your whole outside world also changes. If we want to change the world, we have to change ourselves also. If people have problem, then that problem is only a reflection of his own mind, though there are problems. But there is a secret of the mind that what you think, it will bring it to you. If we think of wars, more wars will come. If we think of defense, we will have to defend ourselves. If we think of peace, more peace will be abound, because mind will project these things outside into the world. But there is a time when it is a turning time. But in the beginning, one has to solve his own problems. How many problems do we find in the world? Or how many kinds of troubles? I thought like that, and this thinking did work for me. First problem is about health, or food, or work, or earning, or living. Either it is financial, or domestic, or physical, or hunger, or something. Karma yoga, if one is efficient in karma, then he can always get what he wants. Karma yoga brings results immediately. That's why in Gita it is stressed in chapter 3, 4, 6, 5, all chapters, that be efficient. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Whatever you do it attentively. First thing which we have to learn, which will solve all the problems of material nature, is to be efficient, to be attentive, to be up and doing something. This I learned only from my mother. My mother said to me that, oh dear daughter, world will not look to your beauty, physical appearance. It will look to your work, not to your appearance. And she put this idea into my mind, and since then I tried to do things whatever I could. And when you create something, when you do something, that becomes a part of your own self. Creativity should be taught to each and every child. This is my feeling and thinking, that from childhood a child should learn what is joy, what is happiness. Happiness you will derive always when you do something, create something. When it is a creation by you, you will always love it. You will never dislike it, because everybody likes himself. Everyone likes his own soul. Everybody wants his own preservation, or he is struggling to preserve himself or survive in this world. Then survival can become very easy if we have known how to be attentive. Work is done by all people, but one who gives his mind to the work, the work absorbs his mind, and there begins yoga or learning or meditation. That is the first part of meditation. That if we really allow ourselves to be absorbed in work, then that will improve your mind, because for some time you are not into this world. As if you have been transported into another world. That is karma yoga. That's why karma yoga is called nishkam karma yoga, where nothing is attached to your mind. Your mind is very free. It is totally absorbed in your creative work. And when mind is absorbed, then you find new ideas. New ideas come to you that keeps you going. Then karma yoga is very important, because your money comes only through your intelligence, only through your skills or efficiency. Those who are efficient, they are always needed in all corners of the world. Wherever you go, you will make the world beautiful. And these efficiencies, or one learns to love the work or to do something from the childhood. Most of the problems today have arisen because children are not getting that attention from parents. Children are being treated like dolls. Okay, pour your love, pour your money over them, drown them in toys, give them anything they want, then that doesn't allow them to manifest their own energy or own creativity. They are taken away by the social conditions. And if child is allowed to manifest, let him want something, let him think for himself, let him do something for himself, probably he will be able to develop his personality in an integrated way or balanced way. And that part is being neglected, but that is also very essential, which is known as Nishkam Karma Yoga. How to work efficiently. And I like one verse of Gita, though it relates in the chapter of Bhakti Yoga, but I apply it to Karma Yoga. Anapekshaha udasino gatavyatha. Shuchir daksha udasino anapekshaha shuchir daksha udasino gatavyatha. These are the qualities mentioned. Anapeksha, without expecting anything. When we expect something, then mind is divided. Mind is on the results more rather than on the technique or the job itself. Shuchir daksha. Shuchi means purity. Purity of consciousness should be applied to each and every work, which you may call diligently. And daksha means expertise. One should be doing it with whole concentration, not half-hearted way. Udasin means he has to detach himself from other work and apply himself completely, totally to the work. Gatavyatha, if one feels pained in any kind of job, he will not be happy or he will not receive the desired benefit or result. And one must give himself totally and without feeling any pain, because this can be manifested. When you do something wholeheartedly, you become only an instrument. Lot of energy flows through you and you are not aware of it. You forget your hunger, you forget your thirst, you forget heat and cold, and total concentration is there, and one doesn't feel a bit of pain or little pain. Not even slightest pain is felt. And one works for 10 people or 20 people and still he is not strained. This is, I would call, one becomes an instrument of the divine. He is being used by divine energy. Divine energy flows through him when he really knows how to work selflessly. Nishkam Karma Yoga. Then karma is something which brings success immediately in a shorter time, a relatively shorter time. And that's why Karma Yoga is also very important for people in this world. Those who want to be healthy, happy, just Karma Yoga will get them each and everything what they desire. Even meditation, concentration, or development of mind is done, completed by doing something, because all are techniques. Nothing is real, but all are techniques. Through any technique, we should learn to promote our mental qualities. If we have something lacking in our life, all those problems can be solved just by being efficient in work. There are mental needs or emotional needs. To me, sometimes I feel that all have lots of emotional energies, which is bubbling in each and every one, especially in youth. This energy goes wrong when one doesn't know how to direct it. Everybody has emotional energy. And if it is harnessed properly, if it is given proper direction, this can create wonders. It can fulfill everybody's desires and can make him very happy and healthy. We call it bhakti yoga or devotion. And sometimes people think that devotion is only for stupid people. I don't believe in that, because intelligence should be coupled with devotion. Devotion means purity of mind, or devotion means super sensitivity of the mind. When you jump out of your mind, when you become very otherworldly, at that time you are devoted, or a kind of vibration is generated which can bring you anything. That doesn't need any kind of working also. Just a little thought becomes so powerful that it guides you and everything is done. Devotion is also a great power, a great energy. When people have devotion in them, which is a blessing, or people can practice also, if they know it, if they get a slightest touch of it, then they will know that just having a pure feeling is the secret of all success. In Chandogya Upanishad, a little story is related, a dialogue between Narad and Sanat Kumar. Narad has no peace of mind. Narad is a character, which means your mind. Narad said that I have no peace of mind, though I have studied many vidyas. I have learnt all which world could offer me. I have studied everything. And still I have no peace of mind. Sanat Kumar said that you tell me what you have learnt. Then he went on relating one by one. And he went on saying that he learned this. He learned everything of the world, all knowledges. And still he didn't have peace of mind. Ultimately, finally, he is told that what is greater than everything, and nishtha is greater. A little feeling, a divine feeling, which is originating, before you originate any work, before you start any work, before that, what kind of feeling you have. That feeling is the secret of success. If we touch a stone with a feeling that it is God, I know that it turns into God. Let people defy it, but when you touch anything with a divine feeling, that feeling makes it divine, and it will become divine. That is the history of religion. Anything, they make it divine. All religions, so many religions. If truth was always one, why do we have so many religions? I couldn't understand that we have so many religions, so many people. If Ram came, why Krishna needed to come? Why Buddhism needed to be established? So many things. Because it is the mind which is playing the game. Mind or human beings like to give importance to their own personality or own thoughts, because we are made in the nature of God. We are God in the making, or miniatures of God. Everybody has a divine energy, and everybody wants to manifest his talents, manifest his energy. Some people manifest it in a negative way. Some people manifest in a positive way. Who is right and who is wrong, we cannot decide, because nothing is right and nothing is wrong from a very high level. If we all become immortals here, we never die, we never become old, the world will be crowded, and the world should be emptied also. We are so many people. There are divine laws that everything must be promoted, should go on rotating, should go on revolving, changing. And everything is changing here or rotating. Nothing is still here. The earth rotates, the sun rotates, the stars go on moving. We are moving with the earth, and everything is moving, and most of all, our mind is moving. Never it is still. Even when you fall asleep, mind is never still. Mind is always active. And nothing is stand still in this world. But when you learn to still your mind just a little bit, you feel that you are going out of time, you are going out of mind, you are going out of your body, and that makes you feel a little happier. Let me come back to the 4 aspects of yoga, which are Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raj Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. And this covers all the aspects of human living. Beyond this, I have not been able to think, because science is also promoted by human beings. If beings are good, then everything will be very wonderful here, and I think it is our prime duty to make this world a heaven or better place to live. Mind has lots of energy, and it wants to manifest its energy. If God doesn't create, nobody will know that there is a God. then creation is God's nature. Promotion is God's nature, or destruction is also God's nature. Human mind also likes to create, likes to promote, and likes to destroy also, remove or make it absent. We have all those three qualities, and it is up to human beings or people themselves what they want. When we do everything for our own selves, to a certain extent, it is all right. When our legs are weak, it is good, it is right that we do all those things which will make us strong and we can walk swiftly or we can stand firmly. But there is a time or point when we go beyond, when we cross that limit. What we need, that is our right. But when we cross that limit, then everything turns sour or wrong or bad. To a little extent, to help ourselves grow, everything is our right. But beyond that, no, when we are dealing with other people, if we hurt other people in the name of personal benefits, then it becomes wrong. And this line we sometimes forget because mind is one tracked. It doesn't know sometimes when to stop. Just like people say that compulsive eating, compulsive drinking, etc. That mind forgets that when to stop. And we have to learn from the very beginning how to check our mind and how to keep it always under control. That is the subject of Raj Yoga, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That one should learn to have control over the waves of the mind. Mind goes on generating waves. When should it generate and when should it stop? Just like machine, you switch on, it starts, and we should know there should be a switch to switch off it. Then mind should be used to think, but mind should be taught not to think also. Mind should be taught to withdraw also. Not all the time thinking that whatever I think, that is right. No, mind doesn't know anything. Mind has no personality of its own. Mind is a borrowed mind. We all have borrowed minds. Nobody has his own mind because what we know, that is our personality. What you are, you have learned it from books, you have learned it from colleges, teachers, society, etc. And you are using it, and you are computing it, or you are making decisions how to use, when to use, where to use. These things are your own contribution. But that also comes only by training. When we practice vivek, or power to take decision in small little things, then we allow our mind to grow. When to take what decision at the right moment, that knowledge, if we have, then it will bring us a lot of joy or happiness. In some psychic moment, we slip. In some psychic moment, we make right decisions, and we become divine or we do something good. A good idea strikes to the mind, and we follow it, and you become popular, famous, rich, or so many things happen to you. But what are those moments, and how do they come? How do we prepare for those moments? And Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raj Yoga, all prepares for that moment. If we practice all the disciplines of yoga, naturally our mind is being prepared. And if we prepare, we take time to prepare our mind, and that mind will be a beautiful mind. It will generate beautiful waves or thoughts, and all those thoughts will be powerful. They will make you do those things, and you will get the desired result. But if we don't take pains to prepare that mind, then mind misses something. It lags behind. Just like some people are fast runner, they go ahead, and some are lagging behind. Then there is a mental development also, mental race also, and some people are left behind because they waste their time, they don't take pains to do something. If something is natural, then there must be some reason for somebody to have a natural talent, just like Mozart was a born musician, or some artists are born artists, or some divine people, saints, sages, they are born saints. then there must be some reason. And that reason could be only association with those things earlier. They must have had some associations earlier than other people, and that's why their minds are more enlightened. Raj Yoga is a very good discipline for each and everyone, especially for all those people who are very intellectual. But sometimes I feel that meditation is most difficult for those who are very intellectual, because they generate the waves, or they allow their mind to be active. If they are not learning to withdraw the mind at some time, then it goes on working, or functioning all the time. They can't, sometimes if they become hyperactive, they cannot get sleep, they cannot rest, relax, and if the mind cannot take it, or the nerves cannot take it, then they have mental diseases, or nervous breakdowns, or stress, or strain, or some other things. We should use our body very affectionately, means we should not misuse our bodies. Bodies are physical instruments, and they should be given due respect. What the body can do, we should allow the body to do, or by gradual practice, we should increase the power of the body or mind. Suddenly, if we force something upon mind or body, then it will explode, or it will not be able to take up. Sometimes forced meditation also is not good for people when they force too much to themselves. We have a very mysterious body, which is the landing ground for the spirit. The spirit is trapped in our body, and it functions through the body. There are many layers or many things which cover the light of the spirit, but we have to make our instrument very refined so that light of the soul can manifest through the body, through the mind, through our actions, etc. Raj Yoga teaches you, but the first step of Raj Yoga is Yam, second is Niyam, third is Asana, fourth is Pranayam, fifth is Pratyahar, sixth is Dharana, seventh is Dhyan, and eighth is Samadhi. And Yam and Niyam also are very important. Satya, Hinsa, Brahmacharya, Aste, Aparigraha, or Shauch, Santosh, Tap, Swadhyay, Ishwar Pranidhan, they are also very important. When beginners are there, sometimes we tend to omit it, okay? Let them begin with physical exercise. But this doesn't mean that these 10 commandments of yoga are not important. They are also very important to explore the inner regions of the mind. And these have to be practiced. If the quality of the mind is good, then we can create good things. If the quality of the mind is not good, then whatever energy we generate, it may turn negative, it may go wrong, it may do harm to people or other members of the society. It is important that we know the nature of the mind. What we think, that makes our personality, we become also. What we think in our mind, sometimes we think that we are not doing any harm to anybody. We are just thinking by ourselves. But the mind can reach far and wide. And it goes out and rebounds. It comes back also to us. And same thoughts can harm us also. I cannot prove it by scientific methods, just like you have all the time to make pictures and drawings and make it a reality, audio-visual reality. I don't do it because I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, or I have no interest, I have little interest in the world, because I see that the world is beautiful as it is, but here we are born to improve our consciousness, to expand our consciousness. If the power of the mind was known to people, they didn't need to do many things. And power of mind is more important than the physical things. we can improve our mind, but mind is dangerous also. What we think, it will create also. Therefore, it's very important that mind is purified first. People have problems because they love their problems. Sometimes I feel that they have problems because they love it. Unconsciously, they have fallen in love with that. They want to be sick. They want to be like that. They need some kind of attention or sympathy or recognition or something, and they don't know how to get out of themselves. And I would suggest that they should always take up a mission or take up a philosophy, live by a philosophy, live and die for it. Then that will bring out all the best from you. But only one condition, that you follow the rulings of Yam and Niyam, Satya, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, Aste, and Aparigra. Never think of harming anybody. The moment you think that by harming somebody I will benefit, that is wrong. Without harming, everybody has a room to grow here on this earth. I don't think that we are too many here. No, we will always find more place to live, because still there are lots of places to be promoted, or people can go there and live there. We are here to promote ourselves, to realize ourselves, that what are we really? We are physical beings, we are emotional beings, we are intellectual beings, and we are spiritual beings also. And everybody has been given choices, because this world is a world of choices. One person cannot be everything. We are limited in that capacity, though we want to be, but we have no time, not much energy, not much resources to be everything everywhere. I would like to be an artist, but I can't find time to devote to it. I would like to be a musician, but I don't find time or energy or that much, whatever it may be. I find that I'm limited in some respects. Then one is limited also, one is free also. This is the true nature of ourselves. We are limited and we are free, both at the same time. We are here also, we are everywhere also, at the same time. There is time within the time. There is mind within the mind. And there is everything here and now, but we have to make choices, because we can't be everything. And whatever we like, we can manifest ourselves, but one firm decision will make a path. If people have that commitment to something, I think they will be always happy. Because if pain is there, that is a normal procedure. And that in that way, one loves the pain also. When you promote something good for the welfare of mankind or for the improvement of science or something, then you become a yogi. You are a yogi, because your inner self wants to manifest itself. There is something within each and every one which is panting for expression, which wants to come out. What is that? Call it mind, call it yourself, call it your name or I or ego, but there is something which is panting for expression, and one doesn't know how to express it, how to get our desires fulfilled, how to. And this is a kind of desire, and that desire is defined by sages that it is only to know God or to find yourself. Atma Sakshatkar or Atma Gyan or Darshan. It is called darshan, means it becomes such a reality that I see. Just like when I see something, I believe my eyes. Similarly, with our mental eye, with our intellectual eye, with our unconscious eye, we see that reality that it is true. Just like a learned man or a doctor, he doesn't have his books in his hand, but he is accepted as a doctor. Though, how do we know that he is a doctor? How do we know that he knows very well? But he represents that reality. He is a sum total of his own knowledge, what he has acquired. He labored to acquire it, and he is accepted. And we have to realize ourselves. That is the ultimate goal, because man is born as a divine being. I don't think anybody is bad. I feel that we should take up that everybody is good, basically good. And if they are not good, then maybe he's missing something. He wanted to have something, he wants to express himself, but he doesn't know how to express himself. When children are hyperactive, or they are bad guys, or sometimes I feel that they are missing something in life. They need something, and they're not finding their right place to manifest it. In that respect, I would like to tell you a story of an American president. I don't remember his name because I read it when I was in India and I had not visited America. Who was that president? I don't remember. There was some bad guy. I don't know whether Mr. Bush or Dukakis, who is what. But somebody told the president that he always talks ill of you and he never likes you. Then he was told, and he was given a proof, and he took that paper and he put it under his pillow and he slept over it. He didn't make any decision and didn't do anything. Later on, after some time, he called for that man and he appointed him as a great general of the army or something. I read it 30 years ago, therefore I have no exact memory. But the story was something like this, that he gave him a very high post in military or air force or somewhere. He was stunned by his greatness, that I am his enemy and people have reported something about me, and how come he calls me and gives me this honor? Then when he was asked about this, he said that I knew that he has a lot of potentials and that potential should be used for common good. And I gave him that place so that he can manifest his talents there. Then this is true about each and everyone, that everybody is a ball of fire or ball of energy or ball of knowledge or ball of something, and that must be placed in a right place where it can function well. And I believe that God must have had a plan for each and every one. And where does he want us to be? Or where does he want us to work? That we have to discover by our own efforts. I believe that yoga sets everything in a very logical way, that you practice this, and go step by step. And it will definitely give you maturity of thinking. It will definitely inspire you to search for your own talents, to search for your own self, that what talents do you have, what can you do? And if one knows, if he is encouraged about that, he will never be sick, he will never lack money in the world, he will never have any problem, because nobody really wants to hurt anybody. This is my feeling. Even the worst man has some compassion, some goodness in him. Nobody is completely bad and nobody is completely good. It is all a relative term in this world. If things are placed rightly, then they are good. Certain things in a certain place, in a certain time, they are called good. Same things, same actions in a different time, different land, different context, it is called wrong. What is right and what is wrong? Who is going to decide? In India, holding hands of women is not good. Here, you think that it is very good. In India, embracing a man is not good. Here, you feel that you are giving your affection and you are treating him, you are giving him this honor. Then what is right and what is wrong? Then we have to go back and scratch our mind and find the root cause. If we understand the nature of things, why, how, when, what, then all problems can be solved in this world. And these are termed as Desh, Kal, and Matra. Everything is right in a proper land. Everything is right in a proper moment. There is a time for everything. And everything is right in a proper quantity. Beyond that quantity, it may not be right. It may turn into poison. And if we know these things, and if we train ourselves to understand intuitively how to, then it will be a good place to live, or the world will be happy, or you will feel joy in living, in doing anything. Even if you do wrong, it will turn right. This I can promise. That is called bhakti. This is the height of bhakti, which have been supported by or maintained by all saints and sages. That bhakti is that level of awareness that anything wrong also turns right, because your intentions are behind. If your intentions are very good, then it will turn right. It will never harm people. Just like children, they are never punished because their intention is not bad. They are innocent, they are ignorant. But intentionally, if a adult does any wrong, he should be punished, or he is punished. Then intention behind is very important, with what intention we do, because a little mistake of a high person or knowledgeable person can do a lot of wrong to hundreds and thousands of people. But a little mistake of ignorant, innocent person, even if he makes thousands of mistakes, it will not harm anybody. What is that? We have to know that we have mind, we have body, we have spirit, and where to use these three instruments. To me, these are all tools to work with. Where should we do what and what we should not do? And these things, if we try to understand by the practice of yoga, or call it spiritual life, or name it as religion, it doesn't matter. To me, all religions are great, minus conversion and hate. If we try to force people, convert people, then it's not good. Otherwise, varieties are beautiful. We need varieties. We can't live in the same pattern of living. And for that reason, probably in India, we have too many gods and too many things. Because mind is bored very easily. And Monday, we will worship Shiva. It is Shiva's day. Tuesday, it is Hanuman's day. Let us worship that. Thursday is Guru's day. Let us honor the teachings. Friday is Divine Mother's Day. Saturday is Saturn Day. Then we have varieties, because mind needs variety. You cannot go on sitting on the table, dining table, throughout the day all your life. You have to get up from there. This world is rotating and it is changing. Then we have to know where to place what and where. Desh, Kal, Matra. These three things, if we know, we'll be master of our situations. We will know what to do, when to do, and where to do. And in order to know that, I would say that teachers are responsible, or parents are responsible, or society is responsible, or state is responsible. All are responsible. State is like father and mother. We are brought up by the state. Or society is also like parents. Because if there is no society, we will not have a starting point. We will not know what we are, where we are. If we don't have parents or family, we will not know where to start. And these are only starting points, and their responsibility is great. That's why it is taught, or it should be taught, that you should care for 4 things in life. And this teaching should be given to each and every child. That first duty of each and every individual is to learn how to be healthy and happy. That is known as Ayu, Ayur Vidya. First you prepare how to live healthy and happy here. The parents should teach all the hygienic things to the child. And if I teach, probably medical people will go out of business, therefore I should keep my mouth shut. Because there are many simple things also. But doctors are here to explore the truth. Or knowledge is very important. Knowledge is more important than the lives. I would be very willing to donate my brain for research when I die. Then knowledge is the gift which we can leave behind, because body has to go away. We have to die. Everybody will die. Then knowledge should be left behind so that other generations, coming generation, benefits by it. For that reason I respect medical science, because it explores knowledge. But to be healthy and happy, it's very simple. That if you follow the laws of nature, you will be always healthy and happy. You'll save your medical bills. But what will happen to medical insurance and doctors who live only on medical insurance? Because sometimes I hear that operations are not needed, but still it is done because insurance company gives money. But these are the things which should be managed by the state or medical profession. I'm nobody to say anything. But it's very simple to live healthy and happy. We all know that world is suffering because they don't have that knowledge. If that knowledge can be given to all the underdeveloped countries, that will be great. Technical knowledge or modern inventions, that knowledge should be given. If America has solved all the problems of physical living, then it should give its technical knowledge to all the countries of the world so that hunger is driven away. We have to promote this world because we are born here to promote this earth also. That is very well described in an ancient book I read, Varaha Samhita, that we are born here, we are children of Mother Earth. We should respect earth as our mother, and we should promote the prosperity of the earth. We should make arrangement of water or living everywhere throughout the world. And I would suggest that we all become citizens of a planetary government, and we should all promote or consider all the points of all the countries, because land is one. The political divisions cannot divide the heart of the people. All are human beings, and these are only convenient divisions to manage something. But when you grow strong, it is everybody's duty to promote everybody's health or prosperity. First thing is to learn how to live healthy and happy. Second is learning. Ayu, then Vidya. Vidya means education or learning is very important. And everybody should be enlightened or educated. Third is wealth or creativity. Wealth is not dollar bills. It is the creativity or the talent or the skill of the people which is being measured by the bills or money or quantity. But actually, if a skill is there, we don't need any dollar bill. It is only a convenient means of exchange. Otherwise, it has no value. Then skill or dhan is also very important. Everybody should be given that training so that he can earn his bread daily. Fourth is that even if you have all these things, a healthy body, a happy living, or enlightened person, still something is missing. And what is that? That we should leave a legacy of good work behind so that the coming generation is also inspired. It is called Sukriti or Yash. When you are grown, when you are happy and healthy, it becomes each and everyone's prime duty to help others. First, you seek your own personal happiness, solve your own personal problems, and when you have solved it, then come out and help others. Come out of your shell and help others. And we should think that the world is our family, and we should try to help each and everyone wherever possible. And I thank you very much for listening to me. I didn't go into detail of anything, but I think that yogic training or the 4 aspects of yoga, if practiced sincerely, then it can solve people's personal problems and it can make them very healthy and strong and rich enough to help others also, because you are rich. Everybody is rich. To me, nobody is poor, because richness is richness of thought, richness of mind, richness of your talent. What you know is your wealth. That is a great wealth which should be given to each and everyone so that people can create their own beautiful house. They can do things for themselves and do for others also. I would be glad to answer some questions also if you have any.
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead, Vijay.
for a moment about Kriyas?
About
Kriyas.
Kriya. Did I mention about Kriya? I would like to answer questions related to my talk, or
In your book, you have mentioned cleansing techniques,
oh,
and we'll have a lecture later on cleansing
I should-
techniques, and I wondered your viewpoint.
yeah, I can't explain everything in one lecture. Then Kriyas, yes, Kriyas are very beautiful, but some Kriyas, I don't think that they are needed. Which Kriya do you mention? Can you be specific in your question? Neti, Dhoti, Kapalbhati? What? Somebody is going to speak today or has already spoken today?
I wanted to know your thoughts.
My thought, I like Neti, I like Shankha Prakshalan. I have done it, but it takes a lot of time, and once a year it should be done by all people. Once a year. But it should be done only under supervision of somebody, not alone. Because there are... What is it?
A lot of people don't know what it is.
Yeah. I thought that somebody is going to speak about it, then I don't need to explain this. Nasal wash and intestinal wash, these two are very good. And there is no technique in modern science which can clean the whole body so thoroughly, which this Kriya does. It is known as Shankha Prakshalan or Dhoti Kriya. Then Dhoti means to wash completely. When I did first time, I felt that I'm a new person. But you go on drinking water and you do several exercises, which are sometimes very tiring also. It takes 3 hours, 2 hours, or 3 hours. And then clear, clean water comes out of your anus or excretory organ. And first you have formed stool, then semi-formed, then liquid water, then pure water comes through your anus. And it cleans your whole system, from esophagus, canal, and largest intestine, small intestines, and all parts inside is clean. And that feeling is great. That feeling should be experienced sometime, that it is great. It is good, yeah. But other things like Basti Kriya, I never liked Basti because I don't propagate it. Basti, it is not needed when you have done Dhoti. When you do Shankha Prakshalan, that is unnecessary. But instead of that, mudras and bandhas are very efficient. They are very beneficial. If one does mudras, then that will help them to cure many diseases. Who is going to speak on Dhoti today?
Shri Krishna.
Yeah.
But he's a man.
Okay. But I am not a feminist also, because men take birth from the womb of the mothers. And there is nothing like man and woman. There was a doubt when I started yoga, whether women should practice yoga. Then I said that instead of asking anybody, why should I not experiment myself? And best truth can be known by your own experience. You do it and find it out for yourself. Bodies may be different, but it is throughout the nature. Water is different and stone is different, air is different, everything is different. But both coexist, live in this world. I don't believe in these things like man or woman, because men are my brothers, my sisters, and my uncles, my father. How can I deny them? Now, there should be a harmonious and good relationship between man and woman, and every girl wants a brother, every woman wants a husband, every man wants a wife. No? I'm primitive in that respect. Yeah, I don't believe in your modern movements, because I'm not in favor of those movements. Because a happy human being is more important than all these social turmoils, ups and downs, because the true love can be expressed only when you recognize and respect each other as they are. And it should be recognized. Though society made certain exceptions, but what were the reasons they made it? Because I was never stopped from doing anything in the world. In my family, we were always given more importance, and father always said, yes, study and do what you like. And we should not pull the string too much that it breaks. If you pull a rubber band, it will break. Then these are unnatural things, the modern movements, to get out of the society or to change the society. And I feel that this is not a proper procedure. We can sit down and discuss all the problems and find the solutions. There are certain limitations imposed upon the body of men and women both. And there is a chance, or there had been, that people have misused their powers or limitations. Men went wrong because they never had menses. And men go wrong because they never have to conceive